Welcome everyone, welcome to a brand new Let's Play. So this day, we are playing UFO Aftershock. So this is the sequel to UFO Aftermath, which if you've been watching the channel for a while, I played that a while ago. If you're pretty new here, kind of recommend watching that first, but long story short, in that game, the world's being invaded by aliens, and you get to a certain point where the aliens, like, offer you a peace deal, basically, where they get the planet, they'll move you somewhere else, and if you take it in that game, you lose, because you haven't saved the planet. But in this game, that's what they assumed you did. So basically what they did is they took a bunch of surviving humans and put them on, like, a floating city called Laputa. And now this is like years later, and suddenly all of the aliens are gone. Or they've like gone crazy and everything. So we are going to figure out how we go here and find out what happens. So we'll start a new game. I will put it on newbie because the game's tough. It's also long, so we'll see how we go. It's a bit buggy as well, and I have hacked it to show in 1920 by 1080, which it doesn't normally do. That's why like everything's a bit off-center. You see there's like all this black screen. That's only going to be effective here. Basically, it's a lot of the menus and stuff aren't shifted properly. But the actual game itself is like much better when it's in 1920 by 1080 because you get a lot more room to work with. But anyway, so that's where we're at. So this is our flying city.
Controls aren't all that different to the interface in our Laputa. I think we'll get the hang of it in no time. Those controls in the lower left manipulate our view of the Earth. We can rotate the view as well as zoom in and out.
Okay.
There are records in the local library that should prove interesting. Click the research button to open the research screen. Just tell us what to research, and we'll get right onto it.
Okay.
We found a small capsule
Here we
that
go.
looks like some sort of
There's like a bit of a
transport
delay,
system,
but
probably used to transfer people from here to the Earth's surface and back. Some of the humans here who took part in the Exodus mentioned boarding similar capsules and traveling to the Laputa. We can safely assume that the circle on the Earth map projection represents the landing area that is within the capsule's range. Click the equipment button to assign soldiers and equipment to the capsule. After that, launching a mission is as simple as clicking the triangle
I know how to
and
do
clicking
this.
the launch mission button. Just remember,
we're going to get a lot of tutorial stuff, but
only
we'll
a few of the soldiers have been
sort of
trained to
skip
use
through
the
it.
ones we have.
I don't know why there's that delay, considering they say it out loud. Okay. Alright, that's it. So you'll see some of these windows are a bit wonky. That's just because, obviously, this, by default, only goes up to 768 by 1024. So it's, like, a lot squarer. It's not made for widescreen either. So, yeah, that's right. I'm trying to remember exactly what the story of this one is, but I know that you're like, I think your Laputa exploded or something, or like you fled to another one. And now we are here. So, let's take stock of what we have. So we have a bunch of crappy people. If you remember, if you watched the UFO Aftermath Let's Play, then this will be very similar, but they went for a completely different thing. And I think I can't actually do anything. I think I have to do this mission first. So, the villagers are asking me to help to fight against hostile mutants that inhabit the region. So yeah, basically, there's still some survivors, but not many, right? And they're like in little isolated colonies, and there's mutants that attack everyone. There's like the aliens that are still there. It's just not a good place to be. And this is a new thing. So now in UFO Aftershock, you actually get to pick where you embark to. Now, I usually like embarking into a corner so that you don't sort of get ambushed immediately.
That flying thing, huh? That thing that looks as big
That
as the
flying
moon.
thing, huh?
Thing that sometimes passes over our village. Well, it's pretty obvious you don't know jack about what's going on down
So this is pretty
here.
story light,
Geez, where
but
do
you
I
get
even
most of it
start?
through like research and
Well,
everything.
about 50 years ago, all that biomass started sprouting.
So yeah, there you go. So this is
everywhere.
50 years
Damn
after
near
the
killed
first
everybody
game.
on the planet. The rest of us have been fighting it ever since. It's mostly under control now, but there's still pitiful few humans around, especially compared to the days before the disaster. But it was our ancestors that were kind of responsible for the biomass in the first place. Humans got too uppity, too careless, and self-absorbed. The biomass was just the planet's way of reminding us where we stand in the scheme of things.
I always love games that do this, or movies or whatever, where it's like the first movie you see the apocalypse, and then the next movie will be like
Anyway,
years and
we
years
sure
into the
could use
future,
some
where it's
help
just like
here.
legend
There
about
are
what
things
happened.
we just can't deal with.
And people
There
have
are
their
mutants and monsters
like
galore
thoughts
roaming
about why it
around
occurred
here.
and what
You,
happened.
with all your fancy equipment and weapons, you could make short work of them. We'd sure be grateful for any help you could give us.
Okay, so this first episode we might have to tweak some of our settings a little bit, because I remember we get like pauses for literally everything. So destination unreachable. Where's that on? Turn on the voiceovers. That's fine. We just don't want the camera to zoom to it and to pause. Unit can't attack. That's fine. Unit has no plan. Don't care. Unit has no ammo. We probably want to know about. Unit killed. We can definitely pause it. Unit attacked. I think we're okay about it. Hostiles spotted. Just pause it. Don't necessarily jump the camera there. I think that'll be okay. Because we can press space to pause and unpause at any time, so there's no real need to...
Sir? I don't see nothing.
On my way.
Come on.
Right. Here we go.
Because they're all different speeds, it doesn't quite work right. You know, when they have to get out of the dropship, it's a bit of a struggle. Especially if you just select them all and tell them all to go at the same time. So, you remember in Aftermath, it was pretty much like this. It's pretty much the same sort of build. It's that stop and start combat, so I can just press like space anytime, pause it, switch back on, pause it, switch back on. We can look at our map. We can toggle line of sight, I believe. Yeah, so everything in grey is not actually in our line of sight. And then we have different vision modes. So at the moment we only have normal.
Moving out. Here we go.
But later on we can get... Oop, there's actually an enemy right there. So this is one of the mutants from the first game. So you guys remember the Moral Men?
Targeting enemy.
If not, they're kind of like... We'll get a zoom in and have a look. Right? So they're kind of like... They have like a beehive-y thing growing on their back, and they're sort of like all mutant-y and just horrible looking. But they can wield weapons. They do have like guns. Because they have hands and opposable thumbs, they can wield weapons. So we really need to dose him up until he's unconscious.
Are you kidding?
Now, brain men are new, so they're a thing in
Ready, sir.
just this one, I
Yes, sir.
believe. Because there's some forms of the mutants that are...
Orders.
Some forms of the mutants that are different, right?
Yes,
They're like more advanced. They've come out later. Brain men, I don't recall being terribly threatening. Moral men are a bit worse, because they're not actually as strong in terms of damage resistance or...
On
Here I
my
go
way.
again.
Moving out.
Oh, that brain man's not
How
dead.
can I do that?
Yep.
Well,
So, yeah, brain men
go
are...
again.
They're tougher, and they do a lot more damage
What do you
up
want me to do
close. They have a lot shorter range, but the thing with moral men is they can... Because they have opposable thumbs and everything, and they have arms, and they're basically human, they can use guns. Which is not great. And this guy's fleeing because we've got him dead to rights.
Your orders.
He might be like one of the last ones.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
go.
going.
Wait, why are you
Here
guys
comes
so
trouble.
bad? Well, we can
Orders,
use
Commander?
triple shots. Another brain man there.
On my way.
A brainman. Nah, so he must be spooked. The AI is a little better in this one. They will try to sort of
Kidding me.
not just abuse the fact that they know where you are from a lot further away. They kind of actually react to things you do. So like that one's scared, right? Because we've sort of killed all his friends and he's injured. So he doesn't want to
Do I
be
have to
here.
get 'em all?
and he'll try and flee.
Oh, hell, now he's out of range.
Okay, good. He's getting back up. And now he's unconscious. There we go.
Yeah, I'm going.
And that's
You
it.
guys from the sky
That's easy.
sure
First
got
mission,
here in the nick
piece of
time.
cake.
You saved the village, and we're really grateful. That old factory will be a valuable source of ancient technologies and materials. We're happy to share anything we can with you. If you'd like to build a permanent outpost on the planet, we'd be happy to help you if you're willing to help us. Some of our more ambitious youths might even be convinced to join your ranks.
And then, like every good post-apocalypse game, you know, later on we'll meet more factions and they don't like each other, so we need to, you know, make sure that we are friendly with some factions and
our
not friendly
first
with
encounter
others.
the humans
And
on Earth went pretty well, considering how surprised they probably were to see us. Offering us a permanent base in their territory is certainly more than we could have expected.
I like how
We've
us
already laid
Laputan
out the base
people, like,
perimeter.
look
Take a
down
look.
on them.
Select the base region on the Earth hologram and activate the detail view in the lower right
Okay,
corner.
yeah, I know how this works.
Our first
So, yeah, because, like, in this game, we're kind of the bad guys, right? In terms of, we abandoned the humans on Earth. In this reality, the alien said, guys, like, we're gonna win, but you are also stronger than we expected. You know, you've put up a hell of a fight, so look, we won't kill you all. We'll take some of you, we'll put you on these floating cities, but we get the planet. Like, what we're doing is still happening, but, you know, we're not just gonna exterminate you because you're in the way. You know, we respect you enough that we can put you up in these cities. So these guys all on the planet, they were just abandoned by basically our faction years ago. And now we're back, you know. And that's kind of fun. So in this one we do have diplomacy, which we didn't have in Aftermath, because Aftermath was a very XCOM-like, where it's like us versus, like, the planet versus everything else. So now you can see our thing's kind of neutral, so we can get some more people, which maybe we want, just in case. Because how many can we have in a dropship at the moment? So we can have one more. So later on we'll get bigger dropships, which can carry up to 7. But for now we can only carry 5. So maybe we do recruit just like one more person. Just for the sake of filling out a dropship. So we can either take Xiang or Sarah. Now, Xiang has... Okay, so Sarah's way worse at sort of like this stuff. Xiang is worse at... No, close range and throwing's not that meaningful at this point. Speed is pretty bad, but we can upgrade that. So maybe we take Xiang. He also has a lot more balanced stats. She's got a lot of like awful, poor, some goods, whereas he just has sort of average on everything. So we're going to hire Xiang. And then we need to start actually playing this goddamn game. So now we also have base building. At the moment, all we can build is a basic weapon factory, which we will make one. There is sort of no reason not to. We don't have any manufacturing we can do yet, but we do have research. So, at the moment, we don't have any research labs. In this one, we only have the Laputa lab. So the Laputa lab can research Laputa techs. Which, this is sort of where we start. So I think... maybe we go for a basic weapon lab. Or just do the analysis. So the problem with this game is everything just takes forever. So actually, maybe what we'll do, we'll start with a basic weapon lab. We'll go onto the library analysis. Then I think we go medical lab, energy weapon lab, library floor plan, and jet propulsion lab. Because we won't need jet propulsion for quite a while. And then until then, we just run the old clock. And we should steadily sort of expand our coverage. Oh, sorry, it just told us there was more research available, but it was just the basic research. So, yeah. So there we go. No, we do have to, like, research. So we need to continue expanding. We need to scout out and see if we can find places. Science research basic weapon lab floor plan. Excellent. So now that leads into ordnance factory floor plan, which actually we probably want. So maybe we do that after the medical lab. Now we still don't have a basic weapons factory, but let's build a basic weapon lab as well. For now. Actually, the weapons factory is nearly done. So that'll be good. Once we have that, then we can start making our own weapons. Yeah, we know. Carry on. Okay, good. So now we've got the factory. What can we actually manufacture? Well, we can manufacture armor, which is pretty damn good. So, we have 5 people, so we'll just make 5 sets of armor. But look, see, like, with one factory, so basically the more factories you have, the faster stuff gets done. So at the moment, it's going to take us 6 days to complete 5 sets of armor, which is pretty unacceptable. So I think we're going to slap another factory down here. And at least for the moment, our resources shouldn't really be hurting. It'll only happen later where we need to build like lots of top tier shit that we will sort of struggle. Can't we, if I go, where are we? Lapidar, there. So this is the range of our drop pods, right? There we go, new mission available. So what do we got here? No faction currently controls this territory. Okay. We won't do it just yet. I want to do a mission here. So we'll do a bit of a scout there. But this will give us red resources, of which we're making none at the moment. But also we sort of want to... So at the moment, see how this one's got a base, this one doesn't. So you sort of have... You have bases like this one. So this is a base territory. And then you have just provinces, I guess they are. So you sort of want to control the province and base and all the surrounding provinces. But see, this one's actually got a base right next door, which is very good. But I think we just kind of have to do this one, don't we? Oh, we need to capture a mutant. Okay. Could be tricky. I'm going to put Neil at the end, just so I've got my 2... Because he's going to have a pistol, I think. The laser pistol. So just so we don't have... sort of, like, rifle guys and pistol guys all together. We want to be able to split them up a bit. And this one you can get trainings, which make your people better. We'll cover that a bit later. It's a whole thing. We need a basic medkit, so he's got good medical. Okay, it's basically like Neil, Xiang, which he should be able to carry enough. Shouldn't affect his carry, nah. And then, I guess, old Eric Adams can have it too. Okay. I can't launch the mission, why? Oh, because I need to not have a full thing, right? Yeah, because you can't have a full... Because I have to, like, capture him and then get him back to the pod. So you can't have... If the pod can only carry X amount, you need to have 1 less. So I guess Xiang is going to have another break off this mission. We'll open facing that way, so we get a bit of cover right at the start.
Right. Here we go.
Oops.
Ready, sir. On my way.
Okay, can everyone get out here?
On
Yeah,
my way.
I'm going.
Right. Here we go.
Okay, so at the moment we don't really have anything specifically for capturing, so later on we'll get like stun grenades and gas canisters and things like that. Or just like tasers and stuff that can stun. So at the moment our only real option is just do enough damage to knock them unconscious and hope for the best.
Right. Here we go.
Which is not great. Obviously could be a lot stronger. Could have a lot more of a plan. Well, I haven't seen anything yet. I kind of don't want to go into the building just yet. Oh, shit, a Muckstar.
Targeting enemy.
Got it. Well, I'm done.
Oop, just got zapped. Okay, so Muckstar's pretty easy to kill. Ooh, okay, so here comes the guy.
Yes, sir.
So it's a moral man who's got like a shotgun.
What now?
Ready, sir. That's not possible.
Again?
Ugh, we need a bit of a firing line here, because if he starts hitting us with that shotgun,
Yes, sir.
it's not going to be pretty. I'll try to keep the number of people shooting to a minimum. Okay, so we knocked him down, that's good.
What?
I see one.
Ooh, flatsters.
Ready, sir.
Those guys are trouble.
What? Do I have to get them all?
Good to go.
What?
There, unconscious.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now if we go over the top of him, we should capture him. And you can see, like... So basically, there's 3 kinds of damage. I think this is covered in Aftermath as well. I can't actually remember what's in that game, what's in this one, because I much prefer this game. But you have green health is normal health, right? That's your hit points. Red damage is temporary health, or temporary injury, temporal injury, there you go. So that can be healed, basically. Permanent injuries are any of the bar that's empty, that's black. That stuff you can't heal in a mission unless you have special abilities. And then grey parts of the bar is stun damage. So if your stun ever gets to more than your like green health, that's what knocks you out.
On
yeah,
my way.
I'm going.
So
Yes, sir.
did Neil? Yeah. So Neil has a first aid kit.
Done. What's next?
I'm done.
So what we'll do, and actually the moral man will
Good
get
to
back
go.
up. How do you do this? Don't you like... You swap hands or something? I don't remember.
Orders,
There I
Commander.
go again.
But so now we just have to get him back to the ship.
Heading
yeah,
out.
Where'd he
I'm
go?
going.
So I don't actually have to kill anybody. I just have to get the moral man back to the ship.
Here I go again.
And see, this is why it wants you
What
to...
now?
Okay, also need to keep
Here I go
someone with
again.
the moral man, though. Otherwise, he will turn back to the enemy.
What do you want me to do now?
And I don't think he can survive us peppering
sir.
him with bullets again.
Right. Here we go.
So let's
What?
just...
Yeah,
Slow down a
yeah,
bit.
I'm going.
Orders, Commander. On my way.
What now?
God, I forgot how much I love this game. The only thing that stops me
Yeah,
playing this
orders,
game is
Commander.
just how long it is. But
Heading out.
I kind of thought that with Aftermath as well, so I'm really hoping that maybe in my mind I just exaggerated it. And obviously when I play it for myself, I kind of
Right,
want
Go
to,
again.
Here we go.
for want of a better word, like
Yeah,
100% it, where I want like every territory, and I don't want to
Here I go
lose
again.
anything. I want to get everything 100%, so I end up
Yes, sir.
replaying a lot of missions,
On my way.
Yeah, I'm going.
which is, you know,
Ready.
takes quite a bit longer.
Well,
What's
I'm
next?
I'm done.
Okay, you do have to fight the camera a bit in this one.
Ready, sir.
What do you want me to do now? What
Can you
now?
not, I guess I just need to squeeze you in here, don't I? Boom. No, we're done. So we didn't get much loot, but they wouldn't have had much loot anyway. Right, so see here. This territory's in Russia, this one's in Central Europe, so... What we end up having to do here is create tracks. Now, tracks cost upkeep, but you need them to connect to each other. Otherwise, you don't get the resource. So you can see here, like, even though we... basic weapon lab, nice. Now, research would be real slow here, but... Anyway, what are we talking about? Before... So you'll see, even though we have this territory which gives 44, we're not actually getting that amount. Yeah, sure. So what we need to do is make a track. Now, the problem with track is it has to go from bases. And yeah, that's fine. And you just saw once it completed, it dropped my resource. So I'm actually earning -6. So I do need to send this here to be making that money back. And there we go. See, now I'm earning 29 of this, but I'm actually losing 13 of the third resource. So this is basically like human resource. They're called cyborg resource, or it's like advanced materials, and then psionic materials. So it'll make more sense in a little bit once we hit to sort of stage 1.5. Okay, so now you can see we have the basic weapon lab, techs, and the Laputa lab. So what we can research here is basic human weapons. And each one research is independent, but you can see, like, this one takes 3 days, 5 hours, because we only have the one basic weapon lab. So the more basic weapon labs you build, the more research you can complete. And then if you look here, so this has no prerequisites, but these two do have prerequisites. So for this one, a prerequisite is we need .50 Browning weapon, a 5.56 by 45mm NATO weapon, and a 7.62 by 39mm, well, it's like Soviet weapon. That'll be an AK-47. But you have to have these. So it's an item. It is a prerequisite that's required. So we don't actually have these yet. So we can't research ammunition or we can't research armor-piercing ammunition until we have ammunition, is what that's saying. This one's a bit trickier, so we have the basic weapon lab floor plan. That's a tech, so say here it's research, it's required, and we have it. We do not have a detection device, so that can be anything. It can be a motion sensor, it can be binoculars, it can be a Doppler radar, it can be a lot of things, but we don't have it yet. But you can see already this has gone way quicker. Just by doubling our basic weapon factories, we actually get a ton more. And a ton of extra speed. So let's just see what we get from Italy. It takes quite a while. Okay, center and pause. Because I think we want to research, or like search here next. Oh, and also, like, 100%, we can occupy the whole planet, basically. So even though we only start in Europe, we have a lot of distance to cover. But I think later on we can get missions a bit quicker. And there's a bunch of other things as well. Other than some roving bands of mutants, this province is uninhabited. So there you go. So this will actually give us more human resource stuff, or like more standard metals, which we probably do want. So now we can bring old Xiang. Right? Oh, we have some level ups. Excellent. Okay, so Eric Adams... We might make him our leader. Does anyone have good leadership? I forget what the stat is here. I think it's like special skills. I think it's enemy. Is it psi power? Actually, hang on. We can look at it here. Leader. So we can send them for a training for leader. So each of these actually gives you more abilities. So you can see here, leader first level gives you inspiration. So the ability to reduce the effects of psi attacks on nearby allies. To get this, we need average strength, which we have. Average willpower, which we don't, and very good intelligence, which we also don't. So is there someone who is a better fit for this? Probably Betty. So actually, Betty would make a very good leader. David's not bad, but he's lacking in a few things. Neil's a horrible leader. Xiang's a horrible leader. So let's get Betty. We'll try and push her towards leader. So she needs very good intelligence, which she doesn't quite have yet. Might put her at number 1 just so we know. Now, Eric. So he might make for a good, like, gunman, I think it is, or, like, trooper. I think they're, like, the basic, just shit-kicker guys. Actually, someone will make a good scout. It's probably Neil will make a good scout. Ooh, maybe not. Stalker? Ah, he'd probably make a good stalker. Okay. So Neil, we'll train you for stalker. David, he looks like a gunman or a trooper, maybe. Or a ranger. So they can't become cyborgs or psionics, and we'll cover that in a bit. We'll see. We do also need a medic, actually. It's a bit unfortunate. Ah, he would have made a good medic. Oh, wait, he's... No, it's perception we're upping. Okay. Well... David, why don't we push you towards gunman? So you need very good strength and poor perception. So we can upgrade your perception, which will make you a little bit more accurate anyway. And then Eric, actually, maybe we make you like a trooper. Ooh, you're not very good at it. Could be a commando. Well, you're getting there anyway. Or a technician. Very good. Very good dexterity. Dexterity is always good. So you can see everyone's sort of got average rifles now, for the most part. Although, I believe this works off close range. Doesn't it? Yeah, use skill close range. So actually, he's really bad with the pistol. So we could do this a bit better, but for the moment, these rifles kind of don't matter. They're just sort of shit. And it's not really worth worrying about to make them kind of better. It doesn't matter. We're going to be fighting just shitty old mutants for a bit, right? So it doesn't... We don't need the best money you can buy. It's mainly when we fight other humans and the other factions in the game that we need to really worry about what kind of weapons we bring. Yeah, we'll launch this mission. This should hopefully just be a smash and grab. We should just be able to come in, kill a bunch of mutants. Territory's ours.
What now?
That's the
Go
dream.
again.
Yes, David's a bit slow, so he can't get out. So early in the game, because you're just fighting mutants that are really shitty, the old just firing line does work pretty well. Right, where you just kind of move everyone in a clump, you stop, you shoot, you move on. But when we get to enemies that have slightly better tactics, then we might have to be a little bit more careful. Okay, so we've got a Muck Star, so actually we probably want to just like,
Here I go again.
Ready, sir.
What?
Yes,
you know,
sir.
split up a bit,
On my way. Orders, Commander.
get out of range of the Muck Star. Oop, we did get dinked a little bit.
Done. Orders.
So Muck Stars do have quite a long range, actually.
There's one.
It's brain men that don't.
What?
Okay, hose him.
Good to go.
But at the same time,
That's not possible.
they have no health. You can see we just killed that Muck Star. We didn't even wound it. He's just straight up dead. There's another one that's dead.
Ready.
So probably want to do is get these guys out here. We do need to target that Muck Star, so let's just firing line
Good
this.
to go.
And actually, maybe we up yours to triple shots.
Yes, sir.
And we just hose him down. Hose him down with a pistol.
Targeting
Yeah,
enemy.
I see him.
Yeah, the pistol's not great.
What now?
They do the job.
What? Do I
Don't get me wrong. Ooh, that's a grenade.
Here I go again.
Heading
Yeah,
out.
Hey,
I'm
yeah, I'm
going.
going.
Run. Oh, that was nearly bad.
Right.
Here I go again.
Good to
If
go.
he'd been a bit more accurate, it could have been dangerous.
What do you want me to
What's
do
next?
now?
I'm done.
What?
Targeting enemy.
Oop. Oh, that was
Yes,
close.
sir.
So brain men are actually very threatening. If they get an attack off, they are very strong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
Good to
see
go.
him.
Okay, we're gonna charge up on this flat star.
Targeting enemy.
So flat stars are very hard to see,
Heading out.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
so they'll tend to sneak up on you, but their attack
Ready.
does not do a ton of damage if you're far away, but if you're really close, then yes it does. Oh, he got hit with corrosion. Oh, he got hit by the poison.
What now?
That's not good.
Here I go again.
So sorry, it wasn't the flat star, it was the moral man
sir.
shot us with poison,
Yes, sir.
which is why you want to be
Ready,
really
sir.
careful when you're close to them. Okay, so we're gonna do that.
What do you want me to do
I'm
now?
done.
What's next?
Right, heal up Neil, please. Pew pew.
Like hell I will.
Range.
Moving out.
Oop, no, you stay here.
Aborted the attack,
Again?
Commander. Right.
It's these guys I
Yeah,
wanna head
Yes,
off.
sir.
Right, just keep healing him.
What
Use up
now?
all the ammo you can on that
Heading
Go
med kit.
again.
Trust me, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
we
I'm
go.
going.
Yeah, I'm going.
And then flatsters, they
Ready,
also
sir.
have like
No
quite a lot of damage resistance.
Well, I'm
Your
done.
orders, Commander.
What?
So
Heading
you
out.
do need
again.
to sort of hose them really hard early, and that's why you need to do autopsies, so you can find out what is their weakness.
Ready, sir.
Which I believe for flatsters, it's like anything that's not, I believe, lasers or
What do you want me to do now?
bullets.
Orders,
They sort of have
Commander. Good
like
to go.
a weird... They have like no organs, basically,
On
so
my
anything
way.
that like
Heading
pierces
out.
the skin to kill them,
Yes, sir.
not very good.
Again.
But if it's, for example, a...
Yeah, I'm
There's one.
going.
I think it's like flamethrowers is usually what you use.
Ready.
Stuff like that.
Moving out. Kiss them goodbye.
Alright, well, hello,
Are you
goodbye.
Again?
Yeah, hunting down flatsters, not my idea of a good time.
Done. Right. Here we
Good
go.
to go.
Okay, so he actually ran away. We don't need to be here anymore. Right. So now I don't believe we need... Because I think the way it works is if you put a track between two bases, the base will get the resources from every territory that it's a part of. So you mainly only need tracks either to places that aren't connected on your network yet, or to other bases. So this is actually a bad thing here. But I think if we do this and then click track and click here, yeah, see, it disables that track. Well, we are still getting plus 36, so I don't know how that works. But nevertheless, guys, we are going to leave this episode here. So we made a start. We've got a little block in Europe that we need to protect with our lives, but it's going to be tough. It'll be not too bad early, but we're going to struggle a bit. But we'll see. So guys, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out the videos on there. If you think any friends of mine enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. Really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback for the videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comment section down below so I can see it. I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.